so, thinking about the many years that we've known you and how God has used you, I just want to say right at the top of the show, I'm so proud of you for your authenticity. I'm so proud of you for being real, because no one of your stature and with your ministry and your platform possibly would have written a book like this where they say, you know what, there was a moment, and I love this part. I've thought this before, not Greece, but where she said, I feel like I've done everything, and so I'm ready to go with my family and move to Greece and open a coffee shop. Totally. I mean, that sounds like, pretty good, but of course, Holy Spirit arrested your heart. But there are a lot of people, Christine, in ministry today who feel that way. And especially with all that's gone on the last year and churches being closed and churches closing down. And so this is I feel like a really on-time message. But take us back to that moment that you just felt despair, I guess.
It is. Well, I call it a perfect storm. It was the tail end of 2016 coming into 2017. I had just celebrated my 50th birthday, had, a bunch of friends, came home. There were 26 missed phone calls from my brother in Australia to tell me my mum had died that night.
Oh,
so it was, and then my sister-in-law died a couple of months later, who was my age, one of my husband's sisters, and then one of my husband's brother-in-laws. So in a 3-month period, back and forth to Australia, funerals. My mother's death for me, having been left in a hospital unnamed and unwanted, not knowing who my biological mother was, it kind of triggered some emotion.
Yeah.
At the same time, I experienced a betrayal from a close friend. Remember when David wrote in the Psalms, it would have been easy if it was my enemy against me, but when it was my friend that I went to that, okay, we're all like, yes. Yeah. So that cut me.
We understand that.
Yeah, no one knows what that's. So that cut me like I'm thick-skinned but very tender-hearted in that way. And then there was, you all might remember, 2016, 2017 was a little bit of a volatile time anyway. So if you had any kind of public platform, you woke up every day and there was a group of people, you're saying too much about this, or another group, you're not saying enough about this, another group, you shouldn't be saying anything. And so you felt like you had a target on your head, no matter who you were. And so that was the point where I just said to Nick, and then I'm just running a global ministry, you've got this stuff going on. And I came home one night, Nick was watching a movie on the Navy SEALs called Hell Week. I'd always said, we're the Navy SEALs of the Christian church. We're on the front line, rescuing slaves, empowering people, reaching the lost. But I'd never known what Hell Week was. I didn't know there was this week where they try to break you down so that you can go and ring the bell. And I was watching these guys get dropped out of a helicopter into the ocean, and I started crying. And Nick's like, what is wrong with you? And I said, I think this is how I feel spiritually. I feel like the Lord's dropped me out of the helicopter. I'm in the freezing cold ocean, and I know I can do it. I know I can swim to shore. I know I can fulfill the assignment. Being here, it's not that I can't. And I said to him, but for the first time in 30 years, I don't know if I want to.
Wow.
When those words came out of my mouth, I would never have expected it in my life.
And Nick probably wasn't expecting it either.
I mean, it was a serious moment for us. 30-odd years of serving Jesus, always on the... And then this is what I said, guys, you'll get this. I said, and you know what? I said, there's so little discernment in the body of Christ. Most people wouldn't even know. I've got so much momentum. I wasn't thinking I'm going to go and do anything bad. It was just like, I'm just going to take my foot off the gas. And nobody would even know. And then in that moment, I was weeping. I said, but Jesus would know.
Yes.
I would cross that finish line and Jesus would know that I didn't do everything he put me on this earth to do. It's not a matter of whether people think I've done enough, because most people would think I have. And it was like, the cost. It was easy when I was 20. It was like, let's go charge hell with a water pistol. But now that I'm 50, I know what it costs, and I know the pain, and I know the sacrifice. And it was like, we could buy a taverna in Santorini. I could serve people baklava, talk about Jesus, love the Lord, still have an office in Greece.
Yes. Be right on the ocean.
Be right on the ocean. Watch the sunset over Santorini.
And that water is so blue and great.
And Paul was there. I would just connect with Paul's missionary journeys but Jesus would know. And I thought, okay, now Chris, are you going to be like Caleb, who said to Joshua, no, I'm 85. I'm as young now as I was then. Give me this. I haven't finished. I've done a lot and I've done good things, which is at our age, it's not so much I'm going to go and do something really ridiculous. It's more, am I going to finish? Am I going to be like Paul? This one thing I do, forgetting those things, good and bad, successes and failures.
Yeah.
Am I going to press on to the finish line? And at the same time, during that time, people were publicly posting on social media, leaving the faith, leaving Christianity, leaving Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, everyone is different forms of drifting. You could drift subtly like me, drift from purpose, and not to go and commit some major sin, but just drift from purpose. Or people left, right and centre are going, I'm walking out of either Christianity or I'm no longer going to do the ministry God's given me because it's too hard. And then it was like, you know what? It's like the enemy wants us to ring the bell because there are so many people on the other side of our obedience. If we stop at this point,
so true.
There are people that are going to be impacted.
You know, I love chapter 2, and of course the whole book is so good because she goes in through all these scenarios of, you know, you've drifted when.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really will stir your soul as to you ask yourself some important questions. But in chapter 2, you talk about, you know, you've drifted when you stop trusting and you start controlling. And specifically with everything that's gone on, like you said, over the last few years, people will ask, well, what if this happens? Or what if I lose my job? Or what if I go through? Or what? All the what ifs, when we really should be saying, even if.
Totally. It's like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. God can rescue me out of this fire.
Even if I burn.
But even if I
perish.
burn, he's still God. And that's even when the whole thing happened with the pandemic and whatever. It took me a while to click into the panic because I'm like, well, we're Christians. Even if we are all going to die one day. Like, I mean, death is the ultimate statistic. 1 out of 1 is going to die.
Yeah.
And death has lost its sting.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's kind of what we should be looking forward to.
Yeah, it's I was like the whole time going, why is everyone losing their mind? Because the fact is, this is when Christians should shine. This is our even if faith. Even if, play it out, our worst case scenario happens, the best case has already happened. Jesus Christ has risen from the dead. That sky's going to split. He's coming back. There's going to be a new heaven. There's going to be a new earth.
Yes.
So we fight from that place of victory. So even if, and our what if faith is causing so much fear. That's why that song, just like, I mean, I was standing there like doing a Pentecostal two-step because I'm like, Christians have to remember again that even if faith is the faith of the Bible. And so my bottom line is we have had so much fear paralyze us and cripple us with the what if. And I'm like, and what if?
Yeah.
Jesus rose from the dead.